my pocket. It was Saturday afternoon and Grandpa was playing with my seagull, Gordon.
Oh, sorry, Wolfie.
I was getting ready to go to the first ever Sunny Sands Kids Art Club at Miss Smiley's cafe. I love painting, sticking and making stuff, and I knew the art club was going to be really fun. But what I didn't know was there'd be magic in the air.
I couldn't decide what outfit my Dolly should wear, so I bought all of them. What about you, Jason? You're supposed to bring something to draw, remember?
How about Gordon?
Great idea, Grandpa.
Hurry up, Jason. Mum, time to go.
Do you want to go to the art club, Gordon? I know I do.
I just knew what Grandpa was thinking. Sure enough. Not the shrinking tap, Grandpa!
Catch me if you can.
Grandpa, come back! You know when Grandpa shrinks, he can get up to all kinds of magical things. He can fly off in my plane. Nobody else knows about Grandpa's magic shrinking cap. Whenever he disappears, everyone thinks he's gone for a little lie down.
Oh, Grandpa gone for a little lie down, has he? I expect he's glad we're going out. You know how he likes his peace and quiet. Come along, Jemima.
Come on, Jason, we're going to be late.
I hate leaving Grandpa on his own when he's small. But I had to go. We all got into Campo and set off for the cafe. And Mum said...
I wonder what the art teacher's going to be like.
And Jemima said...
I hope she's nice and friendly.
And I said... Oh no, I forgot Gordon. And Jemima said...
Jason!
But I wasn't so worried about Gordon. I was much more worried about Grandpa.
Wee!
I knew he'd have a plan. I just didn't know what it was. The new art teacher was already there. And so were my friends Zach and Lily.
See, children, nice and pointy. That's how we like them. Everybody must have a pointy pencil. Pointy pencils are most important.
I didn't know the teacher's real name, but I knew if Grandpa was here, he'd call her Mrs Pointy Pencil. Her face, of course.
You. Oh, that's a lovely one. Pointy pencil for you, pointy pencil for you, pointy pencil for you, and pointy pencil for you. Now, I hope you've all remembered to bring something to draw today.
I was about to tell Mrs Pointy Pencil I'd forgotten to bring Gordon when I saw him sitting by the open door. This could mean only one thing. If Gordon was here, so was Grandpa.
Little boy, sit down. Little girl, what are you doing? Stop dressing that dolly and put those clothes away. I will not have this messing about. Now, before you start drawing something, you have to look at it very, very carefully, like this. And after you have looked at it for a very, very long time, you take your pointy pencil and you hold it very carefully, like this. And then you start drawing, but you do it very, very slowly, 1 inch at a time. And
Nobody wanted to know about pointy pencils. Everyone just wanted to do some art.
keep going.
And I just wanted to know where Grandpa was.
What happens when you make a naughty mistake, huh? You use an eraser.
He had to be hiding somewhere.
Erasers.
And now I knew where. I said you couldn't come.
Well, it's a good job I did. I've never heard such a load of boring old nonsense. This art club needs livening up.
No, please don't.
Little boy over there, stop talking to yourself. Now, girls and boys, let me see your toys. I am going to inspect them to make sure they're suitable for drawing.
So I got out Gordon, and Zach got out his racing car, and Lily got out nothing.
I couldn't decide what to bring. She's going to be so cross with me.
Now, make sure your pencil is really pointy when you draw these wheels. Oh, and that drum. Yes, well...
Grandpa was jiggling about. I guessed he wanted to talk to me.
I'll have to inspect the pencil before you do it.
Lily needs help. I've got to find her a toy to draw.
No, Grandpa. It was too late. Once Grandpa's got an idea in his head, there's no stopping him. Mrs Pointy Pencil was going from table to table. Any moment she was going to discover that Lily hadn't got a toy to draw. Mrs Pointy Pencil got nearer and nearer, and Lily started to slide under the table. Suddenly she saw something.
Little girl, sit up properly and show me your toy. Where is it? I'm waiting.
It's this.
Oh, a fairy dolly.
Only it wasn't a fairy dolly. It was a fairy Grandpa.
Oh, she's so sweet.
This time, Grandpa had gone too far.
Where did you find her?
Under the table.
I've an idea. Let's all draw the fairy dolly.
No, you can't! This was a disaster. I knew Grandpa wouldn't be able to stay still for much longer. I had to do something. Look, over there, a huge hairy purple thing.
Stop it, children! Come on, sit down.
I rushed to Jemima's doll's box and found Grandpa's clothes. I was about to give them back to Grandpa when Mrs Pointy Pencil turned round.
Hurry up! Now, sit, everybody. Everybody. Purple hairy thing indeed. Any more trouble from you and you won't be coming back next week. Right. Now, everybody, get out your pointy pencils and let's all draw the little fairy dolly.
But the little fairy dolly had gone.
Someone must have taken it. Come on up. Who took the fairy?
Mrs Pointy Pencil was getting crosser and crosser. She looked like she was going to explode.
Right. Everybody put your hands on your heads. I am going into the art cupboard and I am going to count to 10. And when I come out, I want to see the fairy!
Good news was that Mrs Pointy Pencil had gone to hide in the art cupboard. The bad news was she wasn't the only one.
Greetings, teacher. Don't despair. Fairy magic's in the air.
You're real. A real fairy.
Let me give you some advice. Don't be nasty, just be nice. Brilliant artwork can be done if you make it lots of fun.
Fun?
Pointy pencils are okay, but these children need to play. Ask for their ideas and see how creative they can be.
Oh. I know just what we should do. Let's have fun with paint and glue.
Mrs Pointy Pencil was a completely different person. It was as if she'd been put under a magic spell.
Forget about pointy pencils. I want to hear your ideas, children.
Well, we can help you.
Everyone had forgotten about the missing fairy. Everyone, that is, except me. Although I had a pretty good idea where I could find her. I mean, him. Grandpa, please put your clothes back on before there's any more trouble. I'm going to take you home.
Yes, okay, Jason. I must admit, this tutu is a bit tight.
Hurry up. I want to see what the others have been doing. The others had made a collage of fairyland, and Mrs Pointy Pencil had made a collage on herself.
This is wonderful, children.
Yay!
We're in fairyland.
Give yourselves a big cheer. Yeah!
Grandpa was safely back in my pocket. And when we got home, I ran ahead of everyone and put him down on the floor. He whipped his shrinking cap off and went back to his normal size.
No more boring pointy pencils, eh, Jason? She'll be a fun art teacher from now on. We did it, eh? Teamwork.
Teamwork.
The art club was fantastic, Grandpa.
They did a huge collage of fairyland. I wish you could have seen it. What's that on your shoulder, Grandpa? You're all sparkly. Anyone would think you'd been to fairyland too.
Welcome back to Sunny Sands. And look who's here. Grandpa.
He's living with our Auntie Jules, Uncle CJ, and our grown-up cousins, Jemima and Jason Mason.
The family are now living here at the Mill on the Marsh, which is a little hotel. I'm Josh, and this is my sister Elsie, and we've come to stay for the whole summer.
Race you upstairs, Elsie.
Be careful, Josh.
They're so excited. How are you doing, you two?
We went for a walk with Wolfie and also Mrs Ostrich.
Wow! Is that a Captain Dumbletwit spaceship toy? Captain Dumbletwit is everyone's favourite cartoon.
Can you come to the beach and play with it, Jason?
Yeah.
Sorry, I've got a football match, but Grandpa will play with you.
But Grandpa's all old.
Yeah. He can't climb the stairs to our room or anything.
You might be surprised. A day with Grandpa can be, well, magical.
What? Yes, this was the day we found out we had a Grandpa made of magic.
Soon, we were showing Grandpa our toys.
Oh, I love Mrs. Ostrich, Elsie, and I can't wait to fly in that.
Don't be silly, Grandpa.
Oh, I'm not being silly. Am I, Jason?
Not exactly.
Just then, Jemima arrived.
I don't know where to start.
Jemima was doing a fashion course, and she had to make a prom dress.
Can you play with us, Jemima?
Sorry, Elsie, busy. Grandpa will play with you.
Of course I can. What'll it be? Captain Dumbletwit? I've got the costume.
I'm going to get changed for football.
Oh, Jemima, you can't do cutting out in here. A very important hotel guest is arriving. How about the kitchen table?
But downstairs in the kitchen, Great Aunt Loretta was doing all her washing.
Oh, lucky pants. In you go.
There was no room for Jemima to do cutting out.
Captain Dumbletwit to the rescue!
Upstairs, Grandpa had dressed up.
I love Jason's car.
Yes, well, that car can go very fast, you know.
How can it? It's not even radio controlled.
But the thing is, it doesn't need to be radio controlled. All it needs is this.
And Grandpa showed us an old black cap.
It's an old black cap.
Yes, and it's about time you both knew all about it. You see, it's a little bit magic.
Magic.
Yes, and when I put it on, it makes me a little bit magic too. Do you want to see?
Yes, of course.
Not a shrinking cap, Grandpa.
Wow.
Amazing.
Catch me if you can!
I don't believe it.
We've got a magic Grandpa. A shrinking one.
There's no stopping me when I'm small.
And we found out when our Grandpa shrinks, he can get up to all kinds of mischief. He can run so fast you can't catch him.
He can hide in teeny tiny places.
And his magic can make things go. Like this.
And this.
But right now he had to hide because Auntie Jules was coming.
Grandpa gone for a little lie down, has he?
Nope, he's in...
He's in the Captain Dumbledore
Why
station.
didn't Jason want me to say where Grandpa was?
Jason, you're too old for that now, you funny thing, you.
He's not in there. He's in the vase.
Yeah.
The thing is, Elsie, only you, Josh, and Jason know about my magic shrinking cap.
All the grown-ups think he's gone for a little lie down when he's small.
You see, when I'm small, I can sort out loads of problems. Jason and I have had no end of adventures together.
Yep, but now that I'm kind of not around as much anymore, you two can help Grandpa, right?
Right.
I've got to go now. Good luck.
So, are you ready for this, Elsie, Josh? Are we a team?
Of course. We really wanted to be a team with Grandpa. Then we heard Great Aunt Loretta singing.
I do love to see me washing flap about.
Just then, Great Aunt Loretta's pants were blown off the washing line.
Upstairs, I was learning how to pick Grandpa up. He was just about to take his cap off and unshrink when we heard... And they flew straight past the window.
Oh, no.
It's Great Aunt Loretta's pants. They've blown into the big tree in the meadow.
You'll get used to this kind of thing.
Oh, Loretta, how are we going to get your pants down?
I don't know.
This is so embarrassing.
The last thing Auntie Jules wanted was for an important guest to see Great Aunt Loretta's pants. But Grandpa had a plan.
You two go outside and distract the visitor when they arrive. I am going in here. Captain Dumbletwit, to the rescue!
Captain Dumbletwit got into a spaceship and the lights flashed and it took off.
It flew around the room and straight up the chimney. We had a job to do. Grandpa flew out of the chimney and we ran into the meadow.
And just then Uncle CJ arrived in Queenie, his boat, with the very important visitor.
This is our very important visitor. A famous astronomer, in fact.
Olga Orbit.
What's an astronomer?
An astronomer is someone who studies the stars and the planets.
Oh, and what a magnificent place for stargazing. So much sky.
Olga Orbit was just about to see the pants in the tree when Josh went... Look over there! More sky! Sky everywhere!
I'll take your case in for you, Olga. Do come on in when you've had enough of the sky.
You can never have enough of the sky. Take a look. Stars, planets, galaxies, meteors, universes, outer space. I do love outer space.
At that moment, she saw something.
Chickadee Jupiter, it can't be. It is. Oh, galloping galaxies, it's a spaceship. It's Captain Dumbletwit's spaceship. Oh, this is magical.
Grandpa flew over the marsh.
I had no idea Captain Dumbletwit was real. I thought he was just a cartoon. Rollicking rockets, you learn something new every day about the universe. We must go and tell your uncle. Captain Dumbletwit to the rescue!
Just then, Grandpa came back. He whisked the pants off the tree and came to talk to us. I took the pants off the spaceship.
Call up the chimney when it's safe for me to land. I'll be on the roof.
Okay, and off he flew.
But Wolfie jumped up and grabbed the pants and ran inside.
Oh, Wolfie, how marvellous. They must have blown down again. Loretta?
Upstairs, Olga Orbit was going on about the spaceship.
A spaceship? Not just any spaceship. Captain Dumbletwit. It's real. I saw it with my very own eyes.
You might need to get them tested if you ask me.
Oh, Loretta, downstairs. Something for you in the kitchen.
Let me show you to your room, Olga.
Oh, looky pants! I don't know all the fuss is about Olga Orbit seeing me pants. She's clearly bonkers.
It was time for us to call for Grandpa.
Now, Grandpa! And down he flew. And landed on the floor.
Josh, Pick up the spaceship so Olga doesn't see it.
Unshrink, Grandpa.
How do I do that?
Cap off.
Okay. Oh, well done, you two. Olga didn't see the pants.
But she saw the spaceship and she thought it was real.
It made her day. We're a team already. Teamwork, I say. Teamwork! That's it.
Just then, Olga Orbit came back.
Staggering starbursts! I don't believe it. Captain Dumbletwit? The real, living and breathing Captain Dumbletwit?
Oh, there you are, Grandpa.
I am so delighted to meet you, Captain! Up until today, I thought you were just a cartoon. Oh, this really is the best hotel in the universe!
But then, this happened.
Come back here with me, pants, you pants!
Well, almost the best hotel in the universe.
That night at bedtime, I couldn't believe what an amazing day we'd had. Neither could Elsie.
I love it here, Josh.
Me too. And we have a magic grandpa.
Yup. Does anyone else have a magic grandpa?
I don't think so. It was an exciting day at the mill on the marsh because a special guest was staying. She was a famous writer who wrote children's stories, and her name was Nattie Scribbler.
You are so lucky to be staying here all summer. It's the most beautiful place. Yes, it is, Wolfie, and you're a lucky boy too, aren't you?
I've got a plane.
Oh, it's wonderful. Does it fly?
Sometimes.
Will you tell us a story, Natty?
When I've thought of one, I will. You see, I want to start on a new story, and I'm hoping that something in this wonderful mill will give me a bright idea. It's so lovely, and, well, it feels almost magical.
It really is. Yes, Nattie Scribbler was here to discover the magic of the mill on the marsh.
The first thing I need is peace and quiet. Goodness, what can that be?
I don't know. We'll find out. Come on, Elsie.
So, off we went to find out about the noise.
In the kitchen, Grandpa and Uncle CJ had heard the noise too.
No, not today. It's Loretta.
Sounds like a goose trying to lay an egg.
Then, the noise started again.
It started again. What is it?
It's Loretta. She's learning to play the trombone.
But Natty needs it to be quiet to think up a story.
Hey, Danny me. It's coming on, eh? Why?
Nattie Scribbler's upstairs trying to think of a story.
Why didn't somebody say? Oh, I've got loads of ideas, I have.
No, Loretta, wait. She wants ideas from Josh and Elsie.
Oh, don't be silly, Grandpa. They won't have any ideas. They're children.
And off she went.
I do love your work. And here you're after an idea. Well, I'm full of ideas, me. I'm very creative in many ways. You may have heard me playing the trombone earlier.
I did.
Oh, what about a story about a mermaid? Or a giant? Or a baboon with a big blue bottom?
I'm not sure that's quite my style.
I know what you need. I've got just the thing. I'll be right back. Don't you bother her, you two. I know what you're like.
And off she went.
Sorry, that's our great Aunt Loretta.
She's very, what's the word?
Bunkers.
Interesting.
I think I might just go to my room for a little while. Sometimes, if I lie down, I get a bright idea for a story.
She just wants to get away from you-know-who.
Well, we need to stop you-know-who. Come on.
You-know-who was giving Natty green gloop.
Drink up. I'm here to help.
Loretta, I think Miss Scribbler wants to be left alone.
Nonsense. We're having a nice little chat, aren't we?
Actually, I'm not sure the mill is quite the right place for me to have a bright idea after all.
Rubbish. It's the perfect place.
Loretta, I really do think...
I know. I'll tell you one of my stories that'll get you going. Now, let me see. Once upon a time, there was a potato. Out. All the other vegetables used to call him Muddy Spud.
Oh, it's hopeless. Nattie Scribbler says she doesn't think the mill is the right place to have an idea. And Loretta started telling a story about a potato.
Oh, no, not Muddy Spud. I'll see what I can do. You two come with me.
Grandpa had a plan, so we followed him upstairs.
You've got to get Loretta out of her room. Give me the thumbs up when Nattie's alone.
But what are you going to do?
What do you think I'm going to do?
Not the shrinking cat, Grandpa!
Catch me if you can.
Well, you know what happens when Grandpa shrinks. He can make all kinds of things work. He can drive the toy car, he can chuff around in the Sunny Sands train.
And he can even make Mrs. Ostrich fly, which is odd, because ostriches can't fly, actually.
Today, he jumped into my cousin Jason's plane. And before we knew it, he flew right out of the window. Grandpa landed in the big nut tree in the meadow.
We had to get Loretta away from Natty, and I had an idea. I ran to Nattie's room, and Josh went to let Grandpa in on my plan.
Stay there until I give you the sign, Grandpa.
So Muddy Spud said to the radishes, "What is it, Elsie?"
I know how you can help. Something that only you can do. You can make Natty a sardine and strawberry tart.
Oh, yes. You're right. That is something that only I can do.
Thank you, Elsie. I really don't think I'm going to have a bright idea here after all. I do feel peculiar after the gloop.
Maybe a little rest will help. And some fresh air. So, I opened the window and went to tell Josh that it was all clear. All clear.
Right. Then I gave Grandpa the sign.
And he took off and flew in through Nattie's window. She couldn't believe her eyes. Then he landed on the dressing table.
Oh, my goodness. A little man.
At your service, ma'am.
What are you doing here?
Well, I heard you were hoping for a bright idea for a story, so I thought I'd just pop in and see if I could help.
But this is magic.
Oh, yes. The mill on the marsh is a magical place, you know.
I thought so the minute I walked in, but I just haven't had an idea.
Well, I think you have now.
I think so too.
You never know where an idea may be. Sometimes it's right before your eyes. It might be hiding and you just can't find it. Then it takes you by surprise.
So true.
You never know when the next story will strike. You might wait forever and a day. Then you get that feeling, that magical feeling that a story's on its way.
Bright ideas, bright ideas. I've been having them for years and years. And this time I waited as long as I can. And at last it's here, the best idea.
I'll give a cheer.
The best idea has come from a little magic man.
Pleased to be of service, ma'am.
And Grandpa ran, got back into the plane, and off he flew. We were all ready to hear Nattie's new story.
Oh, I'm so excited, I can't wait. And here's a nice slice of sardine and strawberry tart for afters.
We didn't know where Grandpa was, but suddenly we saw the plane landing.
I'd better wake Grandpa up. He's sure to want to listen.
No, Uncle, there isn't time. We can tell Grandpa the story.
Ready?
And Natty began.
Once upon a time, there were two children called Elsie and Josh, and a little dog called Wolfie. And they were living in a wonderful windmill. A writer came to stay. She wanted an idea for a new story, but try as she might, she just couldn't think of one. A kind old lady at the mill gave her some green gloop to help.
Oh, that's me! I'm in it.
Then she decided to have a rest. Just then, the children sent their magic plane through her window, and to her great surprise, out stepped a little man. A little magic man. And they sang a song together all about bright ideas.
Bright ideas, bright ideas. I've been having them for years and years. And this time I've waited as long as I can. And at last it's here. The best idea has come from a little magic man.
And well, what do you know? Now the writer has a brand new story, and she will call it The Magic of the Mill of Marsh.
Good story. Well done.
Thank you. I have had a lot of practice at writing stories. Oh, that reminds me.
And off went Great Aunt Loretta.
And now I've got my new story, I think I'll take a walk outside.
I'll show you round, Natty. You'll love it. Come and see the meadow.
Oh, that's just
wonderful this time of
Isn't
year.
it beautiful?
Grandpa quickly jumped off the toy box.
Come on, Grandpa, quick.
We did it! We gave Nattie Scribbler a brand new idea for a story.
And we're in the story.
That's because we all helped.
Teamwork.
Then the trombone started up again.
Oh, look who's here. Had a nice little lie down, have we? Helped Natty with her story, I did.
Oh, well, I'm glad she's had a bright idea. Bright ideas, bright ideas.
Oh, I've been having them for years. Hang on. How do you know that song?
Oh, it's an old favourite, Loretta.